Howdy all, I'm Matt, I'm the Renaissance Nerd. Yesterday, I walked you guys through a very long and tedious and retarded article written by Paul Tassi over on Forbes, where he was very happy to carry the water for Disney. Paul Tassi is he's a shill among shills. We can say that. Paul Tassi is a shill among shills. He is a fake fan, a fake gamer, a fake nerd, a fake everything, possibly only topped by Rachel Leishman over on the Mary Sue. Point is, he was so happy to defend the highly organized, targeted, propaganda-filled hate campaign targeting actual fans of Star Wars YouTubers like Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and RK Outpost, among many, even Star Wars Theory. He was very happy to point out how reality, well, our reality, the reality we know, the one we know to be the truth, the actual events that happened, wasn't right. Don't believe your lying eyes. Star Wars Explained, the Damons, and Rewriting Ripley, they are the ones who had it right. All the little idiots who instantly and suddenly at 10 a.m. last Wednesday morning were just, bam, we're all putting this out at the same time with the same language, with the same pictures. It was just that's the real fan base. And there's a civil war because the toxic nerds can't handle them. That was Paul Tassi essentially yesterday. So I find it very amusing to wake up today and find out that, not today, but yesterday while I was making that video, Eric Kane, also at Forbes, literally a day after Paul Tassi dropped his article, puts this one out. The Acolyte fan petition shows just how right Disney was to cancel the Star Wars flop after all. This is funny as hell, because what Eric Kane does here, unlike Paul Tassi, who just keeps spewing and spewing stuff, in this instance, Eric Kane simply lays out the exact facts, the receipts of how it failed. Nobody watched it. He even brings up the petition that at the time of him writing this only had about 70-odd, 1,000, 3,000 signatures. That's the word I want. Signatures. Only had 71 to 73,000 signatures. Now it's almost at 75,000. But that's the thing. It's a drop in the bucket of what Star Wars should be, and he points that out in this article. But I want to jump right down to this right here. This, to me, is the excellent point that the stans and the shills like Paul Tassi and Rachel Leishman and all those idiots that they want to ignore. Now Disney and Lucasfilm might ask tough questions about the future and nature of Star Wars. Who is the target audience and the core demographic? And do these two align? Who buys merch and movie tickets? Who brings their spouses and children with them to the movies? Who spreads hype through word of mouth? Woo! In a single paragraph, compared to paragraph of nonsense from Paul Tassi, Eric Kane actually nails it right, dead center on the board. Who is this made for? Who are they actually trying to appeal, and who are the ones that bring the money? Answer: fans who have bought merch and played games and carried the franchise for decades. We have the money. Most of my generation has the families that they will share, bring, and carry on the legacy. The stans do not. They are children, in a sense, who haven't been there. They're only there for Disney. They're only there because Disney is pushing the agenda they agree with. Just go look on Twitter right now and see how they're reacting to a certain political event that happened last night. These are the people who are out of their minds. They are not true fans. They are fake fans, stans, who do not have true passion for the product they claim they do. They have passion for pronouns. They have passion for the not-so-secret agenda. They have passion for telling you how to live your life. Telling you you cannot have an opinion. Telling you you must adhere to their ideology, their religion. And their religion is ideology. Or you must be canceled. You must be deprived of your livelihood. That is what this is. So he says, who is doing this? Who is this made for? Very simple. It's made for, they're making it for stans, which is why it's failing. The Acolyte stan base. The signatures you see on the petition at change.org right now to save the Acolyte. That's who they are. That's all of them. They cannot sustain anything. And Eric Kane points it out, whether he meant to or not, really, nails the entire argument of the cancellation of the Acolyte. You have real fans, millions upon millions of true Star Wars fans that have existed for 40 years, as opposed to stans who have existed for a small decade and have no ability to move the needle. Let's keep going. Also, what is the fundamental nature of Star Wars? What themes and values do these stories hope to convey? What makes these stories tick, and why have people connected with them on such a deep and passionate level? And how should the answers to these questions guide the future of the franchise, hopefully into something coherent and compelling? Excellent point. Excellent point again, Eric Kane, where real Star Wars, written by George Lucas and other people who got it, plays on classical themes. Good versus evil. Tyranny versus, I guess we'll say democracy. Democracy. Where, you do not simply trample over the will of the people. Heroes, villains, no middle ground, redemption, this and that, all kinds of good stuff that are actual themes. That's what actual Star Wars fans fell in love with. The grandiose story of it. The hero's story, the hero's journey, and even the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. Stans, a Disney Star Wars stan, one of the first words out of their mouth when somebody will complain about Disney Star Wars is, Star Wars was always political. No, it wasn't. Star Wars, episodes 1 through 6, not even episodes 1 through 3, not even episodes 4 through 6, the OT, the PT, the prequel trilogy 1 through 3, that deals with political themes. Talking about corrupt government, watching the fall of a government, watching good people end up doing bad things, or even going too far to merely becoming those that they're fighting against. That's political themes. That's not political. But these small-brained, drooling window lickers do not understand that. They think, oh my God, George Lucas was talking ideology. He's speaking to me. Yay. No. I'm not saying George is some bastion of, conservatism or anything like that. All I'm saying is that George put his own beliefs aside to make entertainment, to make engaging stories that allowed us to escape the crap that we deal with on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Hell, yesterday, out of the blue, I decided to start another rewatch of all episodes 1 through 6. I just started. Out of the blue, I was like, I feel like watching some Star Wars, so I did. I watched Phantom Menace. Either today or tomorrow, I'm going to watch Attack of the Clones, and I'm going to keep going till I reach Return of the Jedi because I can. Because I also own them, because I spent the money. That is the truth of it right here, and Eric Kane nails it. And let's finish up his last part here. This is something I've discussed in my theory of the half-interested girlfriend, which posits that if you appeal to your core demographic, the enthusiastic core fanbase will bring more casual audiences into the fold. But if you do not appeal to the core demographic, you will not only lose your most passionate fans, but all the casual fans they would have brought with them. The same would apply if the romance industry began targeting men instead of their core demographic, women. If women stopped going to chick flicks, they wouldn't bring their half-interested boyfriends along with them either. Wow. Eric Kane, I doubt he watches me or anybody else around me or the higher-ups in the fellowship, but he nailed the exact point I've been making since I started YouTubing 3 years ago. Passionate fans will always be your strongest flag bearers. They will carry your flag, carry your banner into war if you give them what they want, what they expect. They are your customer. They bleed for you. Their passion is what keeps your franchise going because as I used to say, I haven't said it much lately, fans are the lifeblood of everything. Without us, no franchise exists. No franchise moves forward. The heart will stop and it will collapse and it's over. Eric Kane just nails it right here. If Disney Star Wars had not thrown out the expanded universe, had not decided to throw out even George's ideas of where he wanted to maybe take movies if he had decided to keep going, you would have kept everybody. I might not have been completely happy, if they had kept George's scripts for his episodes 7, 8, 9, which would have then completely eliminated the EU officially, because if George decides to make a movie that overwrites 30 years of books, then I have to suck it up and accept it, because if George decides to do it, it's his world, it's his galaxy. He gets to make the rules. I can't complain. But he didn't. He let the books go on for 30 years and decided to not make movies because he realized, wow, the fans are happy. I'm just going to keep going forward. I'll make the Clone Wars. I can muck around in there. But you know what? I'm going to leave post-Return of the Jedi alone. I'm going to leave it alone because I like making money. All right? And I like people enjoying themselves. But Disney, they threw it out. They threw it out. They abandoned their core audience, just as Eric Kane describes in this paragraph here. They abandoned them. And they said, oh, we want the modern audience who agrees with the ideology we're pushing. That's what they did, and here it is. The chickens have come home to roost. This is the bed you made, Disney and Disney stands, and now you have to watch it burn. No one wants to lie in it because it's covered in feces and piss. And now it needs to be burned because there's no washing it, there's no saving it, there's no disinfecting it. It is contaminated. It is filled with all kinds of weird SJW woke diseases. And now it's done. It's burning down, and they're crying because they can't understand, because the shills lied to them for years. Don't worry, everything's fine. It's the dog in the burning house meme. Don't worry, it's fine. Well, no, it's not fine. It burned down. It's over. And now I get to sit back and know I was right. You were right. We called it like we saw it a decade ago when they threw out the EU and crapped out The Force Awakens and then went on their merry way to destroy the grandest, greatest franchise, in my opinion, in history. Disney Star Wars is a failure. And it's funny that in a span of 48 hours, Forbes allows one idiot to say something and then someone else come out. And this is just a straightforward facts. He compares most of this article to other petitions going on right now to save shows and how these numbers are pathetic because a Star Wars petition is reaching the numbers of things that are unknown. It's Star Wars. 40 years of fan obsession and passion, and you can only get roughly 75,000 signatures to save a crap show. That says it all. There is no fan base left for Disney Star Wars. There's only the stan base who believed their own bullshit. They drank their piss-filled Kool-Aid and now are choking on it, realizing that it's 90% piss and 10% Kool-Aid. For now, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.